Hello, everyone, and welcome back to CricZenify. It's been a very interesting series. What we have witnessed 41 days ago when Team India have landed in England, there were hardly in numbers like people could not able. To, I mean, the fans were could not able to turn out into airport to receive the Team India, like the warm welcome wherever they go they used to receive. But the end of 41 days, entire scenario completely changed. There were numbers, not in hundreds, it was more in thousands at the Kennington Oval at the day 5 of the final test match series. To talk about all these particular events, like what exactly happened during the entire tournament, I have a special person here with me at CricZenify today. He's none other than the man who has behind the voices of voices. Sayanta SenGupta is also a sports commentator, presenter at Kolkata Knight Riders, and also a budding entrepreneur from the city of Joy. I wish you all the best for Cafe D Park, Shantobai. And once again, welcome to CricZenify.
Thank you so much, Raj, for that lovely introduction. Very, very humbling as well. And I've been following the content of CricZenify for a while. Guys have been doing a fantastic job, in portraying stories. In today's day and age, I feel stories play a huge role. The way you say the production, all of that is secondary, but the weight behind the words is a lot. It's very impactful. And hence, the kind of stories which you guys are putting up is absolutely fabulous. So, good work on.
Thank you so much, and it means a lot for all of us at CricZenify. Uh, and we have lots of questions will be also coming in. But to talk about, let's go back to a month and a half and understand how exactly the series was developed. As I already told, there were hardly in like hundreds like people who have turned out in the airport to receive the Indian fans. But now, look at the support what Team India had after 5 Test match series, Shantabai.
Absolutely, and it also kind of shows the double standardness of the Indian fans. Like mentioned, 1.5 months back, nobody gave this Indian team a chance. This young brigade, nobody gave them a chance, right? They said there's no Kohli, no Ashwin, there's no Rohit Sharma. How will India fare in England? These were the kind of questions that were there, right? But look at them 1.5 months later. They're saying this is the greatest Test series ever. They're drawing comparisons to the 2005 Ashes. That's absolutely true. But yeah, the way the Indian cricket team fans transform their haters into fans, that's a case study in itself. And I've been covering Indian cricket for a while. I've been watching Indian cricket for a while. I know that there's nothing called losing in Indian cricket. You cannot lose as an Indian team. You will have to win irrespective of anything. And if you lose, you're in the firing line, right? To back this up, I would say 2019 World Cup. Okay, nobody even highlights the struggles and highlights the importance of that World Cup. People used to say that okay, semi-final again we've lost, we've not won the World Cup, but there was so much of struggle, there was so much of hardships behind the 2019 World Cup, right? The moment India lost, it's over. Similar for 2023 World Cup. So to treat that kind of a crowd, to make sure that that kind of a crowd is silent and has become fans from naysayers, that's a different strategy altogether.
Exactly. I mean, especially when you're playing a T20 game or a ODI game, like we can actually predict like what's going to happen after like 5 or 10 overs due to the flow, what we exactly see. That's a shorter format of the game. But now when you're playing the longer format of the game, like every single pundit, even in the England dressing room, the com box, everybody
Hmm.
was saying like, wow, this test match is completely belongs to England when they were 3 not 3 for 3 and 45 runs to get chased when Joe Root and Jacob Bethel was actually batting on day 4 at this end of T. And come day 5, it was just 35 runs to defend for Team India. I mean, those were completely, even though like we know it was 1 hour of a game at that point of time, but how do you want to narrate that 1 hour of entire cinematic experience for each and every single ball and every single over?
That's a huge testament to Test cricket, I think, Raj. I mean, these sort of games exist. That's why people flock to the stadiums. Even on a weekday, people are going to Manchester, people are going to Oval and, watching the games. It just keeps, Test cricket very much alive at a time when, there are some 10 to 12 T20 leagues which are going on in the world at the moment as we are speaking.
Yep.
There is Delhi Premier League which is going on. KSA Maharani Trophy is going on. Maharaja Trophy will come up as well. Plus there is
Yeah.
EC series going on. There's just so much of cricket that's going on. T20 cricket, T10 cricket, the 100 is going on. So at this particular juncture, to grab the attention of everyone, we live in a fast-paced world, right? At the blink of our fingers, we have anything. We want food, we get it. We want stuff that gives us instant gratification. So in this kind of an era, living and being such a great test playing nation, that says a lot. And coming back to the question, what you asked, it is basically absolutely incredible. Incredible to see the way India staged a comeback. They embodied the never say die attitude. Nobody gave India a chance. Even when it was 4 wickets to win on day five, with
Yeah.
actually 3 wickets. Chris Wokes shouldn't be counted as a wicket, but nobody gave India a chance because 35 runs to win, and it's always the ball is in the court of England. But the way India fought back, and after those two fours, of Prasidh Krishna's bowling of the very first two deliveries of day five, the way India came back, special credit must be given to Shubman Gill. Words will fall short of dropping praises for Shubman Gill, because the way he's marshaled his troops has been phenomenal and proper exhibition of test.
Exactly. Even like Shubman Gill in the post match presentation, he also told uh, exactly the same. Especially when you're having Siraj kind of a guy who is like lethal as well, and also bowled a similar of more than like 18 ODI games. Like when you're playing, it's almost like 185 overs he has bowled, and never say compromise, no issues, no excuses whatsoever he has given. Having such kind of a team player in your squad, how confident the captain will be and how confident the management will be.
Absolutely, you want these sort of players, okay? Because as a captain, there are so many headaches which go on, Raj, okay? Who will bowl this over? What will be our playing 11 combination for this? What are our strategies against the team? At that time, when there is someone who raises their hands and says that, okay, I'll take up onus, I'll take up responsibility, and I'll deliver the goods with the ball, it's incredible for Shubman Gill. And they share a long-standing relationship right from Gujarat Titans this season. We saw how Siraj played so well, and now to also see Siraj performing well in the Indian cricket team, it has been absolutely fabulous. And people used to say, I think who Brendan McCullum, someone said right that Siraj was the lieutenant of the Indian cricket team under General Bumrah, and now he's become a higher rank. He's gotten a higher rank in the team as well. So it's incredible and heartening to see that as well, that India has been performing well under the tutelage of Shubman Gill. And I think for a captain, it's a dream to have someone like Siraj. 23 wickets in 5 test matches, not a joke at all. He was dead tired. I'm telling you, I think he's had a very, very long day off, a long month. I think even if the Indian cricket team gives him a 1 month off, it'll fall short. But yeah, the Asia Cup is also coming, and he's just cementing his place and earning the trust of Gambhir. 1.5 months of staying in England. Now Gambhir has noticed him bold. He wasn't in the Champions Trophy squad right this time. So this just provides him an opportunity of coming into the T20 setup and the ODI setup as well.
Exactly. I mean, when you're talking about 23 wickets, he
Yeah.
also equaled Jasprit Bumrah, who also been at 23 wickets taken in the series of 2021 and 2022 when India
Hmm.
toured to England as well. And he has also joint wicket taker, just like 6 wicket
Hmm.
short to become the
Hmm.
joint wicket taker or to top of the table, like to pick up maximum wickets in Sena countries. And I'm sure he will achieve very soon. And like I have a couple of questions to take from my audience as well.
Yeah.
Hey, Shanto, do you think this series puts rest to all the doubters about how the team would post Kohli, Rohit, and Ashwin era?
I think it's way too early. Firstly, hi Sagar, great to connect with you. I think it's a bit too early to comment because if you see the last 13 matches of India, we've won only 3 matches. Yes, we've embodied the never say die attitude in England, but the last 3 series, 0-3 New Zealand, then 3-1 in Australia, and
Yeah,
now 2 so in 13 matches we've just won 3 matches, so it's way too early to comment. I think India really needs to fix their playing combination, because it just somehow clicked, playing with an extra batter, playing with an extra bowling all rounder, but team combination plays a huge role. And when there are pressure situations like this, you kind of miss, the senior pros. That is something which India played really well in. Finding those high octane moments, finding those moments where possibly, things could go haywire, right? You see, imagine if 1.5 months earlier someone would have said that, okay, Raj, 35 to win, 4 wickets remaining for England, and it's a young team. Shubman Gill is the captain. Would you ever have given a chance? I don't think so. Anybody, even the best cricket pundits in India, wouldn't have given India a chance. But this has been
Exactly.
the mentality of Team India. This mentality is something that's a great takeaway. If someone asks me what are the takeaways of this series, I wouldn't say Siraj's bowling or Shubman Gill's, 700 plus runs. I would say that it is the mentality of India, because that has something which has emerged out. If India wouldn't have been strong enough, India couldn't have won the fifth test match. Even Australia during its peak time wouldn't have been able to defend such a low total if the mindset is not right.
Exactly. And we have one of our regular subscriber, cricket analyst, is asking, can you please share your insights on the Duke balls in this series as opposed to the previous England tours, as the ball went soft very early and was asked to change many times?
This is a major issue, Raj, honestly, and I'm very glad that the two captains have brought this up. Quite animated way Shubman Gill had brought it up. See that there's a simple answer to this. Okay, you can't do anything mid-series. Honestly, mid-series something is not possible, because you need to take a call right after the series is over, right after the summer cricket series is over. Now they've got plenty of time to ponder about it, to ponder about what the Duke's ball can undergo the changes. Okay, I don't think so. It was tailor made to this series specifically. That it was only this India versus England series that the ball went soft. I'm sure this has been happening for a while right now, and England in all their previous home series as well has been facing the same issue. In most of the games, the ball has been getting a little softer. But there's another case to be noted, that on the fifth and the final day, it's this very dude's ball which got shot that was producing so much swing. India had the option of getting the new ball on day five, right? India had the option,
Yep.
but India didn't do it because the ball was seaming. A lot has to do with the pitch as well. But yeah, Duke's ball works best when there's ample amount of grass, when there's overcast conditions. Because see, a Duke's ball, the first thing that comes to my mind is, overcast conditions, swinging a lot.
Yep.
Someone says Kukapura, I'll always think the bouncy pitches of Australia. Someone says SG Test ball, I would always say it's the dusty balls of India. But someone says
Correct.
Duke, you always want to think about overcast, you always want to think about cloudy conditions when, it's about to rain, precipitation is quite high. So I feel the Duke's ball performed well, but yeah, right now they've got ample amount of time. They'll go back to the drawing board. They'll think what is to be done.
Exactly. And yes, even one of our member from part of CricZenify, Universe has its own way of paying back, and God's plan are always bigger than what we have asked for. And roll back to first 1 hour, a bad day, or bad cricket costing us South Africa versus New Zealand test, to now we have the first half hour of itself that we have to believe in. So yes, that's exactly what I mean. That's exactly shows how exactly God has bigger plans for us. Test cricket is the greatest sportsman has ever invented. Yes, and what's your take on like for a like replacement in mid game if a player gets seriously injured? The classical examples of Rishabh Pant in the uh, fourth Test match.
See, Raj, this is something, it's like a double-edged sword, okay? There's 2 points to it. My personal point of view is that there shouldn't be like-for-like replacements unless, of course, it's a concussion check. Clearly, because there'll be a lot of loopholes that people can exploit. Okay, people can exploit a lot of loopholes in that. Say someone comes up with a minor injury, someone comes up with a minor niggle, and they play a 50 odd run in the first innings, and they pull up a cramp or their hamstring gets torn, and they're sent off. So you're playing as a batter in the first innings, you're scoring those runs as well, and then in the second innings a like for like replacement comes. Like, even if someone is 10% not fit on the day of a game, you're never played. This is what happens in a team. Okay, if the physio tells the management, if the strength and conditioning coach and the physio comes in, tells the management that, okay, he's not 100% fit, then the management doesn't want to take a risk, because now this is not COVID times or quarantine times. You can just make one
Yeah.
phone call, and get someone, from India as well. This is not the 2020 or 2021 time. So there's ample amount of replacements. Nobody wants to take a risk. But the moment the like for like replacement comes, people will be taking this risk. This, firstly, is open for exploitation, and second, this is risky for the player as well, right? There are a lot of risk taking options that really goes up. So, my opinion, I don't think so. It should be enforced, but you never know. This can get enforced. Then someone like Chris Wokes would have gotten replaced, and you could have just gotten someone new in the bowling squad. You could have requested Jofra Archer to come and bowl in the remaining few overs in the innings as well, in the second innings. So we don't want that, right? Imagine if we were at the receiving end of it, then I'm sure a lot of people wouldn't have possibly even brought up this point.
Exactly. And we have also been joined with one of our co-panelists at CricZenify, Sagar. Welcome,
Hi,
Sagar, to the
Sayanta. Hi.
podcast.
Hi, Sagar. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you doing?
All good, brother. All good. Please tell me what's up.
It's all
Okay.
good. So, I mean, I was hearing your podcast on the YouTube, and so I thought I'd just make some time and I'll join in here as well, just to interact with you guys and how the series went and all.
Absolutely. What's your
Okay.
take on the entire game? I mean, are you happy that India got 2-2, or were you confident that India will, possibly win it ahead of, a couple of test matches?
No, I mean, see, personally, when I had discussions with my friends or be it anyone in my family or anyone, I personally told that either it would be a clean sweep or a clean sweep for England. I mean, 5-0 England would win the series, or it would be something like a 3-1 in favor of England. But I was really surprised, and I'm really happy the way our team played with 2-2 being the scorecard over there. And I mean, beat bowling, I expected a lot from batting, and that is what we got. But bowling, the way they clicked together as a unit, even when we actually call Bumrah our go-to pacer every time. But even when he was not there, each and every bowler, be it Siraj or Akashdeep or Prasidh Krishna, everyone stepping up for each and every innings. That is what I liked about our boys out there. And kudos to them. 2-2 is no less than a win. Definitely, it only tells on the scoreline that it's a draw. But definitely, 2-2 is nothing less than a win. And especially when it comes to last test match, I am very happy the way it ended, because that was like the perfect finale kind of an ending. What you say, that could give to such a good series that we had.
Exactly. I don't want put anybody into trouble right now, but I was just seeing a meme in the morning saying like, when there is a name of Tendulkar, how does Shubman Gill leave that particular name away from the hands? So it's just a meme. Okay? Don't put anyone of us in trouble. But yeah, let's come back to the topic. Like the first test match, like when it was played, and we have seen almost like 6 centuries in that particular game, and we have also seen 35 wickets been fell on the same first test match. Coming to that particular test match, like we have seen the baseball approach was also completely dominated this entire tournament, apart from like the third and the fourth test when the test match was played at Lords. Like your take, like what was your thought on the first test match, like when India lost that particular game, Shantavai?
See, it's basically one thing which I really liked was they stuck to their philosophy. If the management has decided that okay, this is the kind of philosophy I'm going to embark, they did not change that philosophy. They did not change that action plan at all. That is something that's worth giving a lot of credit as well. At the same time, I feel that okay, baseball is something which is a very high risk cricket. Okay, and whenever there's very high risk cricket, there's a tendency of panic that can set in, that we saw in the fifth test as well, because you're so used to the high octane moments, right? You're not used to those slow passages of play that win you test matches. Not only about high octane cricket, it's all about patience, it's about endurance. I think Sagar, you were the one, right, who mentioned in the comment that test cricket is the purest form of cricket. So it is the purest form of cricket, because in life as well, patience plays a huge role. Timing plays a huge role, patience plays a huge role as well. And for England, they were not patient enough on day five. They tried to go for those big slogs. The difference between the the difference between the third test match and the fifth test match is that India were playing a very, very cautious brand of cricket. Washington Sundar and Nitish Reddy and Ravindra Jadeja, when all of them were forging partnerships, they were so patient. And it was just a very unlucky moment from Siraj that resulted into us losing that game. But we were to win that game, right? From over 100 runs to come down to 20 runs with the tailenders, that's a classic example of how a comeback is made. But how couldn't England do it? India were never in a spot where they were confident. India were never in a spot where they were confident in the third Test match, but still they went on to almost winning the game. But that didn't happen for England. So yeah, baseball approach. Two key takeaways from this answer of mine. One is that I'm very glad that they're sticking to their philosophy. That is something that will work for them, which has worked for them. It will win you incredible Test matches. It'll make you part of cricketing folklore. But it's also a test of your patience. It's
Exactly.
basically at the end of the day, the bottom line, Sagar and Raj, it is that how adaptable you are, how you can adapt yourself. If you're chasing 400 on day five, and you can adapt yourself towards playing baseball, and then you're chasing 30 runs on day five. You adapt yourself and then you play patient and you win. I think that will be a clear indication of the McCullum and Stokes era.
Exactly. And let me take a couple of questions here. What's the future of Test cricket? Only three or four nations playing true Test cricket, like India, Australia, England, and South Africa.
See, I'll honestly tell you that it's going to be absolute boredom. But I also feel that I was hearing reports that there could be a tier one and tier two system, right? If I'm not
Yeah,
wrong, there'll be a tier one system, tier two system. The top, 6 or 7 test playing nations will be in tier one, and then the other nations as well, the ones who have not been able to pack a punch. I think promotion relegation will save test cricket.
correct.
Then the likes of Zimbabwe can attract more crowds. Then the likes of Ireland can attract more crowds as well. Imagine if you're playing Ireland versus England, then the Irish fans know that they're going to lose. Zimbabwe is playing 2 test matches versus New Zealand. Zimbabwe, if there are 60% people coming to the stadiums in Harare and Queenstown today, the remaining 40% is not coming because they know they're going to lose. But that
Correct.
60% will go to 80% if Zimbabwe is playing against Ireland. And it's a 50-50 chance. The odds are in favor of both Zimbabwe and, the Irish. So I feel a tier one and a tier two system will really help. But I want to know your point of views as well. Raj and Sagar, you all tell me. What is your opinion? Do you think a tier one and tier two system will help?
Definitely. I mean, if you ask me, the relegation system, just like what we see in football, it's completely should be implemented in cricket, because that's when people and the fans actually get connected to the longer format of the game. I just wanted to echo the words of what Virat Kohli told on after winning the IPL trophy. Test cricket is almost like 5 levels above the T20 game, like what exactly we play, and that's exactly shows they need to test the patience, they need to test the energy, they a real true skill of each and every single player will be tested in a test match game, but not in a T20 or ODI is what I believe. Yes, it both are a shorter format of the game, but the love and the game, that the energy, what exactly it brings. And we have seen the crowd also on the fifth day at the Oval, because everybody know, like, I don't want to spend 30 pounds or 35 pounds to go and view that particular test match. I can sit back at home and watch India win or England win. The crowd almost like it was like 60-40 to India and England supporters were there at the Oval, looking at the way even the fan clubs are also coming in and supporting the team India as well. The Bharat Army, to name a few, Bharat Army was always there in each and every single test. But how exactly all the nations will actually come, especially the associated nations, we know like Afghanistan is also playing, but somewhere I feel West Indies have to improve their game and they have to come back to the test cricket, because without West Indies I don't see test cricket in such an interesting manner.
Correct.
Because somewhere like
Yeah.
if you exactly go back to like couple of decades, the way we seen Brain Lara, Courtney Walsh, Courtney Ambrose, Carl Hooper, all these people, like when they come to India, even India have been completely tested by the tall heights, the way they used to bowl the bouncers on the batsman's face, and the way Sachin Tendulkar, Rahul Dravid, Saurav Ganguly, even previous Lakshman, how they exactly counter. I feel for West Indies, but at some point of time, but I definitely want them to come back to the international stage, Shantobhat. So I definitely agree with you. These 2 points, like one has to be on top and one has to be on the bottom. So if this exactly goes, it will be a great value addition to the World Test cycle, whatever they are playing right now. So it has to be
Correct.
like somewhere like not exactly in the Premier League format, but As and when the points they score, one will be relegated, is what I believe. But ultimately, it depends upon the high CC how exactly they take into the
See, it's only
picture.
a matter of time, guys. It's only a matter of time that this tire system gets applied because we've already seen that in T20 and ODI cricket.
Yeah,
There are qualifiers, there are Asia qualifiers, European qualifiers, African qualifiers. That's how a team like Uganda is coming to play the T20 World Cup as well, right? That's
correct.
how I'm hearing Italy has qualified for the
Yeah.
2026 T20 World Cup as well. So the qualifiers. So imagine it's such a huge motivation for these cricketers as well. Motivation, it's why should it only be tier 1 and tier 2? There can also be tier 3 and tier 4. But then, okay, handing away test playing nation tags, that's again a debate. But yeah, what's your point of view, Sagar?
Well, I mean, just to add on to what you guys were discussing, we like tier one and tier two ones. So I personally feel that, with tier one, it would definitely be a great advertisement for the game. Because when you see tests like test series like what the Anderson Tendulkar Trophy or be the BGT, which we had in 2020, 2021, that series. So these particular series are something where, the advertisement of test cricket would be really good. But once when it comes to, relegated or let's say the tier two nations probably, so when they get a promotion and when they start playing the top tier nations, that is where you can see some kind of surprises coming in, or some surprise wins coming in. One example that I would like to give is the three-match test series which happened last year between England and Sri Lanka, and where everyone expected that it would be a clean sweep. Sri Lanka out of nowhere they ended up winning the third test. So that is something I feel that, when you have such a system, you could see such kind of surprise wins as well. But most importantly, yes, to save the test cricket as such, which we actually call as the greatest format of cricket. I think the tier one, tier two system would obviously do a lot of positives for test cricket.
Exactly.
And also
I
to add on to the point what Sandbai said that about the crowds coming in, especially the example that you gave for Zimbabwe and Ireland, even to attract the crowds. Let's say now when let's say what we saw in West Indies versus Australia. It was being played in West Indies and there was no crowd for Test cricket. But when you saw it for T20 games, stadiums were actually full. The reason being that West Indies somewhere is not playing that brand of cricket, and that's where there is no belief in the fans also that test when West Indies plays test match, our team will not win against a team like Australia. And when it's a T20 cricket, West Indies, we know that anytime they can be the giants with the quality of players they have. But currently, even in T20 format, they aren't doing good. But since we're talking about Test cricket, I feel just like what Rajbhai also mentioned, if there is that West Indies flavor in cricket, beat any format, cricket becomes just a different kind of a game to watch.
Absolutely.
ex- exactly, and yes, rightly mentioned, Sagar. I just wanted to take a couple of questions here from one of our viewers. Like before moving on to the individual performances, like what Team India had. Uh, what's your take on Jadeja as the all-rounder? We all know that he's batting magnificently, but the bowling stocks in Sena has gone down. So, what could team or he should do regarding this?
Right. So basically, see, Jadeja is one spinner, right? And most of the time when you're playing in Australia and England, possibly the ball gets too worn out, and by the time the spinners come into the equation, it is day 4 or day 5. And most of the times, what happens is, things try to skittle down before lunch or before tea break. So I feel for someone like a Jadeja or a Sundar, whenever they're playing in Indian subcontinents, they are portrayed as a bowling all-rounder. But whenever they're playing in SENA countries, in England and in Australia, they become a batting all-rounder. That's purely because of the pitches, purely because of the conditions. And of course, Jadeja has been getting a lot of turn. It's not like he's not getting uh, any bit of turn as well. But tell me, in the entire series, was there any spinner who got a lot of impact, even from the England camp? It wasn't like Shoaib Bashir came and took a 6 for or a 7 for and won the game for England, or it wasn't like Joe Root and Harry Brook bowling and then getting a few wickets. They did get a few wickets at important junctures, but I feel the role of someone like a Jadeja, Washington Sundar, goes down a little bit. Why? The prime example of this is Ravichandran Ashwin. Okay, he was possibly not as good a batter as Sundar and Jadeja, even though he's got so many centuries. He's got a lot of centuries, multiple centuries, and multiple match-winning centuries as well. But possibly he's not equipped batting technique-wise to play in the seeming conditions of England. So when you're playing in England, when you're playing in South Africa, when you're playing in Australia, your batting stocks are more important and they hold more weight than your bowling stocks as well. So I don't think so. Jadeja is dispensable at the moment. He's an indispensable part of the part. Again, for someone like Sundar, it just becomes a question of team combination. If the batting side wants to play a fourth seamer, then someone like a Jadeja might just have to face the axe. Someone like a Sundar might have to face the axe. Or if the conditions are, favoring seamers, favoring, medium pacers as well, then someone like a Shardul Thakur and Nitish Reddy can get an odd ahead of Sundar.
Exactly. Now, I mean, if you're looking at the future of the Indian Test cricket team, there are lots and lots of talent behind here at the India as well. We have not seen still Akshar Patel still waiting to get inside the team when we are playing at home against West Indies and South Africa. Definitely, he will be in place. And Karun Nair, after scoring that beautiful half century in his final innings, I mean, in the final Test match, like will he get one more chance in Team India? I mean, I'm talking about the squad, but definitely, I mean, like playing 11 raises many of the eyebrows because in India, when it comes, like as you mentioned, it's a dusty pitches. The ball turns a lot. We have Kuldeep Yadav also. The combination will all of a sudden change together. So, couple of course, one on Karun Nair and inclusion of Akshar Patel here, Shantavai.
Sure. I think Karun Nair deserves a chance because when you're staging a comeback after such a long time, he last played in 2016, and then you're playing a test series in the grueling conditions of England, it's never easy. And why I say so, because he's been performing consistently. He performed well for county cricket. He performed well whenever he's been playing for Vidarbha. So I might just lose out on you. Y'all, can
Yeah,
you hear
yeah,
me?
we can. Yeah, we can.
Okay. So it's always very difficult, but he's been performing well. But I think he'll be given a longer rope because this is something which Shubman Gill and Gautam Gambhir have been talking about. They've been talking about security. They've been talking about making yourselves feel that there's no pressure. What happens in some tests matches is that
Okay, looks like there is some technical issue as we are in this technological world. Yes, we will come
Just
back.
to continue upon. Oh yes, okay. Sayamba is back.
can
Shantava
you
is
all
back
hear
with.
me?
Yes, 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 yes.
Yes, yes.
Apologies for that technical glitch, but yeah, that's my point. I think he'll be given a longer rope because that's what Gambhir and Shubman Gill have been portraying. You see, he played the first three matches, then he was dropped for one game, but it wasn't the end of his career. He came back in the fifth test as well. Similarly, Sai Sudarshan as well, when he was dropped after the first game, he still staged
Yep.
a comeback and played the last two matches. So that's the kind of culture which I feel India might not take him in the playing 11, I feel, but possibly can be in the squad, can be as a standby player whenever India need him. And yeah, if I think he's playing in the spin-friendly conditions of India, he'll notch up a couple of centuries. What do you think, Sagar? You think he'll notch up a few centuries? He's
Well,
playing
I
in
mean,
Chennai.
see, when it comes to Indian conditions, definitely yes, because that's where he's built his game again, and he's forged that comeback in those Indian conditions. Again, England series, what I personally feel is that he was very unlucky because you see the mode of his dismissals. It was not exactly you can say that it was Karun Nair's mistake. It was just such a good ball that he just couldn't do anything. And you see that for other players, such catches were being dropped. But for Karun Nair, all of those catches, it was just sticking to the fielder's hands. So that is where I feel in this particular series, Karun Nair definitely looked good. And when it come to Oval, when they were playing the first inning, there was such a difficult conditions when we compare to other four test matches that were played. And that is where he got up a 50. And that still shows that, he's got that capability. He's got that technique to survive longer in test cricket and get big scores. So yes, definitely when it comes to the domestic, I mean the Indian season or the domestic seasons, when there will be teams visiting India and playing in India, Karun Nair would definitely do very well, and I certainly have no doubt about it.
Exactly. I think Sagar has to leave right now. I will still have
Thank you so much,
Shanto.
Shantu. I mean, it was great to hear your insights. So I was watching it on YouTube as well. So because of reasons, I have to leave. So once again, thank you so much. It was great
Pleasure,
interacting with you.
Sagar. Great interacting with you and great insights as well. I'll see you super soon.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sagar, for joining in and tuning in as well. I'll take a couple of more questions as well. How would you rank the three iconic tests from India team point of view? Gaba 2021, Lords 2021, or Oval 2025, according to you? One,
This
two,
is a
three.
spot. This is a very tough one, but yeah, I would say GABA is first because there's absolutely no comparison with any
Mhm.
other test match. The way the young experienced team, ones who were making debuts as well, Washington Sundar, then someone like a T Natarajan, all of them coming and performing so well. That in itself was the best one. Then I would say Oval and then Lords. I think these are the three test matches how I would rank them. Got a new face as
Exactly.
well. Hi Arunish.
Yeah, it was nice
So,
listening to you right now about the
Thank you.
insights and all.
yeah.
Yes.
Arunesh
Yes.
Bhai is also part of our CricZenify and he's all the way from Jammu. Every single podcast, like we ask him, like he will be there with us. And one final question, like before moving on to the segment as well. Definitely tier three system, and there should be WTC points. System should also be considering home and away points of tier two and tier three teams. If they beats tier one, there should be a bonus point for them as well. So yeah, this is one point which can always be debatable, Pratik. And yes, now coming into the batting order, like when we come at home, we might not see a top order like KL Rahul and Shubman. I mean, Yashasvi Jaiswal are fixed right now. The number three, Sai Sudarshan, coming in and out, because we also have Shreyas Iyer waiting at home. We also have Sarfraz Khan scoring tons and tons of runs. And not to forget Abhimanyu Ishwaran, who has been with the team for so long. We have to feel so sorry for him that he could not able to get opportunity to debut for Team India. So considering the top four or top five batting order, like we have seen top opening batsman set, number four has been set. Like number three and number five is a question mark, Shantabhai. Who would you like to see in that particular position right now?
Correct. And the list just goes on, guys. The list goes on. There's someone like Ruturaj Gaikwad as well. There was Surya Kumar Yadav who got in a test match debut as well. There's Rajat Patidar. There are so many people, and people forget that all the players they say that they are only T20 players. They forget that there's something called Ranji Trophy as well that happens in
Yes.
India. All the T20 players have been slogging for years. People just, label Surya Kumar Yadav as a T20 player, but he's been slogging for such a long time for Mumbai and he's been scoring truckloads of runs as well. He just makes it feel like Wankhede Stadium and all the other stadiums of India are concrete pitches because that's how he bats. But yeah, coming to your question, I feel the combination with which India is playing right now, India will continue because, early signs that, okay, Shubman Gill and Gautam Gambhir want this team as a core. Number three can be Sai Sudarshan. Number four, Shubman Gill. Number five, Rishabh Pant. And then number six can either be Karun Nair or, if Karun Nair is replaced in the next series, it can be someone like Sarfaraz Khan because he performed well in the India versus England Test series, had a couple of half centuries as well. But yeah, this is something which I feel. But yeah, I feel very bad for Abhimanyu Ishwaran. But again, it's just destiny and it's timing. If he was born in any other era, if he was born in the 2018 era as well, I mean, if he was, a little bit younger as well, then possibly he could have been one of those replacements when India was trying out so many different openers. India tried out Shikhar Dhawan, KL Rahul, Murli Vijay that time, just
Yep.
plenty of openers India tried. Then they fixated on KL Rahul and, Rohit Sharma. Then it was Shubman Gill who, came in as well. So it's just basically a prime example of someone I forgot the name of that player who's been, slogging for Mumbai cricket for a very long. Amol Majumdar, yeah, I
Oh,
cannot
correct.
forget. Legend of Indian domestic cricket, now the head coach of Indian women's team as well. But yeah, Arunish, what's your point of view? Who do you think should be in the number three position?
Well, number three position right now, they're trying Sai Sudarshan. They are giving him chances, but I feel Karun Nair should make his way right now in the Indian Test team because he deserves those chances. He has an average of above 44, and he has been knocking the doors since forever right now. So in England tour as well, I feel that he got set in every innings, almost every innings, and then he just somehow got out, and he was playing beautifully, and he showed the grit that he has in the last test, the first innings that we saw, because that was probably the greenest cricket that we have seen in the whole series. And right now he deserves those chances, and he has performed well on Indian tracks, as we have seen in the even in the Vijay Hazare Trophy as well. Last year he averaged around 770, like it was just one dismissal that he had. So he will perform very well in Indian conditions, I feel, and I think Indian team should give him chances because he is a senior pro as well. He has played Test cricket in India, and his 300 has also come in the Indian conditions as well. So I think Karun
Absolutely.
Nair should get in the chance.
Exactly. I mean, even Karun Nair for Vidarbha was also playing for at the number three position. He loves to bat at number three, but when you're coming and playing for the national team, you just have 11 players to fix. Uh, in tons and tons of talents like what exactly we have right now. So let's move on to the next set of all-rounders. Like we have Akshar Patel, we have Washington Sundar, we have Ravindra Jadeja, Nitish Kumar Reddy, Shardul Thakur. The list goes on right now forever. Okay, so how exactly like you see when India play the next four test matches, like who are the all-rounders that we are going to see in the playing 11 now, Shantobai?
And one
Again,
more
it
question.
takes some time. Yeah, go on.
From my side, just want to add to the Rajbhai's statements that in spite of these all-rounders, how do you see Kuldeep Yadav fitting in? Because he will be a menace in the Indian tracks as well as in the foreign conditions as well. So how do you see his role with the all-rounders coming in?
Correct, correct. That's true. See, firstly, I feel answering Raj's question, it depends on the conditions. I mean, if it is seem friendly conditions, if you're playing, say, at Wankhede Stadium, then possibly, you can go in with someone like a Nitish Kumar Reddy. If you're playing in turning tracks, if you're playing in, at the Arun Jaitley Stadium or at the MH Chidambaram Stadium at Cherpok, then you would go with someone like a Washington Sundar and Ravindra Jadeja. But more or less in all stadiums of India, the ball starts spinning a lot from day 4 and day 5. Even at Wankhede Stadium and Brabant Stadium, the ball spins for the first couple of days, even midway till day 3, and then day 4 and day 5, ball turns so much. So it's basically on the conditions, but yeah, it's a good headache to have. Like Goku Gaming is saying, that's a very nice username that he has, and he's saying Tilak Verma, the way he's batting at number 3, 4 in county cricket is well. See, there's just ample amount of opportunities available, ample amount of players there who are proving themselves. So it's fantastic, and that is what BCCI has been doing right as well. Identifying those probables, identifying those players who can possibly play a huge role. I'm sure someone like a Tilak Verma is in the list of probables as well. So yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, and also to answer, I think I missed out on Kuldeep Yadav. I
Yeah.
think at the moment, India is not looking for a specialist spinner. He'll come into the picture whenever, like I said, it's in Chennai or Delhi. I'm sure he'll be in the squad. But when you're playing abroad, when you're playing in Australia, when you're playing in England, you possibly would want a little bit of batting depth. You would want a little bit of batting depth where, someone like a Washi is a more crucial or plays a more crucial role than someone like a Kuldeep Yadav in terms of overall approach, in terms of ability to take wickets, ability to field as well, and ability to score runs.
Exactly. I mean, as rightly mentioned by Shantobai, because it's not only on your particular talent, like what exactly you have, it's the selecting the best possible 11 for that particular game, so considering the conditions, the venue, and every possible thing, like what exactly we say. And now, coming to the fast bowling department, Infinite Sports is actually saying whenever Jasprit Bumrah is playing in the 11, it is impacting the Siraj performance as well, as stats say. What do you make of it? And I know it's a very, very controversial question because whatever the matches we won, India right now in the current series was in the absence of Jasprit Bumrah. So, your expert opinion on this, Shantabai.
See, I think Arunesh, this is a very baseless stat. Honestly, I feel that it's not something that holds any weight. It was the same Bumrah that gave India hope in Australia,
Correct.
countless series. It's just something people are so bored. Out of boredom, people are coming up with these stats on Twitter, on X, but these hold no value. I'm sure Siraj as well and Bumrah are just joking about it over a cup of coffee. I'm not sure that they're even thinking about this sort of a stat. We know how big of a match winner Siraj and Bumrah both are, and this just goes on to show that Siraj is someone who likes responsibility. I'm sure he'll get promoted to SP right now from DSP in Hyderabad. He'll get promoted to SP, maybe even assistant commissioner, you never know. But he is someone who likes responsibilities a lot. Whenever he is given the responsibility of leading the bowling, there are cricketers, there are some cricketers. So there are two types of cricketers. One who feel the brunt of captaincy. Someone, a great batsman like Sachin Tendulkar, was not a
Yeah.
successful captain in the Indian cricket team. That's because he wasn't the kind of cricketer possibly who could blend in both. But someone like a Virat Kohli who thrives on responsibility. So I feel Siraj is like Virat Kohli. Siraj is like a leader who likes a lot of responsibility, and the moment he's given responsibility, he will perform. And the power of manifestation as well. I'm sure after day four, he was manifesting. He said in an interview with Dinesh Karthik as well that he downloaded a wallpaper, wrote "Believe" over there. He manifested it, and I think these factors play a huge role. Timing plays a huge role, and the ones this is, and like I think who was the one, Sagar it was, right, who
Yeah.
mentioned that Test cricket is the greatest form. One thing I'll share, Test cricket is like our lives, right? It's like our life where we all are possibly at a situation. I'm sure 80% of the audience who's watching, 80% of us as well, we always go through tough times in life. Like we're always thinking, what's happening? Why is it happening with me? But Test cricket has proven to us that you know there's always a second opportunity. It was the same Siraj who got played on in the third Test match, but he came back. He staged a comeback to win the game. He was trolled so much in 2020, 2021 for his poor bowling, right, with RC
Exactly.
India. Then he came in and helped India win the Test match 2021 as well. He bowled James Anderson. So it's such an important lesson for us as well. Even if we are stuck, even if we are at crossroads right now in our lives, we can always stage a comeback. And that is why Test cricket, holds so much of resemblance to our own lives. That I love Test cricket so much, and this is what Siraj has also shown us as well. That okay, no problem, you're in a state of adversity, you are in a state of toughness, your backs are against the walls, but yeah, you can still emerge out victorious and stage a comeback.
Exactly. As you rightly, I just wanted to add on one more point here, Shanto, by saying like why we have two innings in Test cricket is that like we always have two options to make ourselves corrected, like what exactly the mistake, what or the improvements, like what exactly we have to make from the first innings. So that's the beauty of the game. That's been the practicality of the Test cricket, and that's why we talk so much about Test cricket, and we heard it from the greats as well. Now, before moving on to the next set of the fast bowling department, I just have like couple of questions for you. The third test, when Siraj was totally disappointed, he defended it in the middle of the bat. The for Shoaib Bashir, the ball just came back and knocked the leg stump off. One bail fell off, and he was the same person to come back at oval, knock the off stump over, and what a change it is, and what a like how exactly the time flies. Shantabai,
Correct.
your thoughts on both the test matches?
Absolutely. I think prime example of what you said, a test match provides us with two options as well. And I think the test match, in the third test match, it was absolute heartbreak. It was a heartbreak also is an understatement because India were inches away. India were inches away from winning the test match. You batted with tenacity for such a long time. And then you are basically, I'll just take 1 second of yours. Apologies for that. But yeah, again, the third test match, basically proved to us that okay, uh, we are in a line of fire. We are 2-1 down, but we still have an opportunity in life. Okay, this is something Raj and Arunesh have understood about life, is that opportunities will come in life. It's just you have to be ready with it. Now there will be two types of people. Okay, the first set of people who will bog down under pressure, so close yet so far, and they eventually lose the test match 4-1. Okay, from that position. Imagine if India were like that, where they give in to the pressure, where they give in to the ultimate, test, and they lost. From there, it could have been 4-1, right? It could have easily been 4-1. India could have lost at Manchester, India could have lost at over. But what they did was, they became the second type of people. I said people A. People B is basically the ones who feel that they can stage a comeback. They will, you know, defy all odds and stage a comeback. That is what has, you know, unfolded at Oval. So it's just an example for us as well. If a 20-year-old person is listening to this podcast and thinking what's going on in their life, or if a 40-year-old person is thinking what's happening with my life, am I getting too late or something like this? Life will always give you opportunities. You just have to be ready. If you're like type A, where you bog down, you'll eventually lose the battle. Even though you will end up telling your grandparents that okay, I tried my level best in life but I could not do anything. But the type B people will tell their children that okay, yes, I was a little late, yes, I faltered way more times than I succeeded, but at least I tried. At least the Indian cricket team give it a shot, and that is why they could win. Still feel that okay, if we didn't win that third test match, we possibly could have, if imagine if somehow we could have scrap out a draw on day three, somehow some other result would have happened. I still have a feeling that that steely resolve, that steely nerves of India wouldn't have come out. So it's important.
Exactly.
Losses in life are important as well. And the reason why I think India rose like a phoenix from the ashes is because what happened that day. Because what happened that day with Siraj.
Exactly. I mean, just to add on to one more point, even the great Rahul Dravid, he always told in one of the seminars, like saying, like, I failed for 99 times, and then on the 100th time, I did not lose the confidence like what I had. Every time I go onto the field, I always say, play like the first ball I'm playing in my first match. I mean, in the sense, like the first match, whatever the match I'm playing, I'll play it as my first match and my first ball. So from there, he will start. So, I mean, that's exactly the beauty of what we actually can resemble from those senior players. Uh, mo- uh, Now, coming to the fast bowling department, Shantobai, like when you are coming into the home conditions, like are India going to see three seamers just like what we have seen right now, or India will go on to have a bowling all rounder in the form of like Shardul Thakur or Washington Sundar just to deepen their batting? Nitish Kumar Reddy just to deepen their batting, or they'll only go with Jasibai and Siraj?
There's one more
See,
point from my side
please tell me.
regarding this. How do you see Shami fitting in now? Because now the two pacers, Akashdeep and Prasidh, have also performed well in this series, and I think Shami will come back at some stage. But how do you see Shami's role going forward, and in some conditions as well? How they will have
Right. So answering the Shami one first, Anish, I'll tell you, I feel that it's about his fitness. If he's fit enough, then I think 100% it's a no-brainer that Shami should,
plenty of
you know,
selection
yeah.
like confusion.
Correct. So I feel that Shami is a no-brainer. If he's fit, if he's 120% fit, then he should be drafted into the playing 11. I'm not sure if he's 120% fit because in the Bengal Pro T20 as well, which is the interstate T20 tournament of West Bengal, he was supposed to play for a team called Shachira Tigers, but he eventually didn't play because he was not fit. And it coincided, the tournament coincided with the first couple of tests as well. So it was a clear indication that Shami was not fit. But if he's fit, I feel in place of Prasidh Krishna, Shami will be there. If India want to decide to play four seamers, if India is brave enough to take that decision, that okay, I will play with four seamers, and I don't need someone like a Washi or someone like a Shardul Thakur. I'm okay with Jadeja batting at number 7. I'm okay with the likes of Pant and Karun Nair as my middle order. then I can see someone like an Akashdeep or a Prasidh Krishna fitting in. But unless either of these three, Bumrah, Siraj, and Shami, is either taking rest due to workload management or there's an injury, I don't think so. Prasidh Krishna or Akashdeep would be automatic choices in the playing 11, clearly because of the pedigree and the quality which this trio possesses.
Exactly. Even Pratik also goes on to say, like, instead of having more all rounders to be prepared, like Australia, just like they have Scott Boland and Sian Abbott whenever they require. Yes, and there is one final question from our audience saying, like, what do you think could give us an all round impact and consistency in the red ball format that someone like Hardik Pandya would have given, if not, or his body and the injuries he has gone through?
I'm sorry, I didn't get the question.
He's asking two questions, like how can actually all rounders fit in this red ball game uh, for a person like Hardik Pandya,
Hmm.
considering his previous injuries and the body pains what he has gone through in the past.
Correct. See, I feel the kind of cricket that we are playing right now, with so many T20s and ODI crickets and these tournaments coming up, it's going to be very tough for all three format players, especially bowlers and especially bowling all rounders, to emerge out who's playing every single series. So, someone like a Bumrah, someone like a Bumrah only, or even it was Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma before, but if the T20 World Cup is going on, they'll never play an ODI. If the ODI World Cup is going on, never playing a T20. But Hardik Pandya has chosen these two formats, the white ball format. So I don't see him coming, staging a comeback into red ball format because he's focusing on two formats. Every single player wants to play three formats, but it's extremely tough for them to sustain those three formats, right? So you might choose two formats. You might choose Test and ODI, and you're missing T20s. You might choose Test and T20s, you're missing ODI. But Hardik Pandya is too big of a match winner in white ball cricket that India can afford to not have him, in these matches. So that is the reason why I don't think so. Someone like a Hardik Pandya stages a comeback. You saw that with Ben Stokes as well, retired from ODIs. This is the trend. Andre Russell has retired from international cricket. You don't want the retirement of someone this early in life as well. So yeah.
Exactly. So that was all what we have got today, ladies and gentlemen. This is not the end, but this is the first of the lots more to come at CricZenify. So we just wanted to thank Aruni Sagar and most importantly, the key attraction for CricZenify today. Shantobai, thank you so much, and we expect a lots of your presence going forward as well.
Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely, I
Thanks a lot.
love being. Thank you, Arunish. Thank you, Raj. Thank you to Sagar as well. I loved coming to ClickZenify. Great to hear your points as well. And you guys are doing a fabulous job with ClickZenify. Just keep posting consistently, and I'm sure the kind of depth which you're getting. See, flashy things on social media get views and traction and engagement, but our idea is not to make flashy content. Our idea is to make impactful, meaningful conversations that turn into stories. This is what I've loved. I've seen Raj hosting so many videos on Instagram. He's a very good host, very good digital storyteller. So focus more on stories which people don't know. Then you'll see growth coming in very well. And I love the conversation. I'm really eagerly looking forward to come again. Possibly during the Asia Cup again, we'll plan a episode. We'll again discuss. And I am absolutely fortunate to be here. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank
So
thank
that's all what we have got. Those who have come for the very first time for the podcast, please do like, share, and also do subscribe. We'll be having a lots more guests, a lots more interesting stories in our life, and lots more interesting people coming in as well. Thanks for all the valuable words for our team and the panel. We'll definitely take your feedback and start growing accordingly, Shantobai. And thank you so much one more time. And yes, everybody watching from home, wherever you are, take care, stay safe, and keep smiling.
Thank you.